pressure was incredible. The Russians were being squeezed hard by the United States government to take the mirror out.
Gus said, "You're a doomed man if you do this. They are gonna come after you with everything they got."
Last Wednesday, a federal grand jury here in the District of Columbia handed down a 12-count indictment against 51-year-old Walter Anderson, a telecommunications entrepreneur who lives here in the District of Columbia.
We aren't asking any government to support us, but we're asking them to stand out of the way.
Vision, wealth, courage, a little bit of craziness. Let's change the future.
Walt pulled together an ad hoc group of people that he knew.
It was like they came out of a band.
The indictment charges that Anderson masterminded a tax fraud scheme by which he evaded $170 million in federal income taxes, obstructed investigation by the IRS. The dimensions of the tax evasion in this case make it one of the largest, if not the largest, personal tax case of its kind ever prosecuted in this country. Between 1987 and 93, he completely failed to file annual tax returns despite frequent reminders from the IRS. By 1992, Anderson had become involved in starting up long-distance telecommunication businesses. These business ventures made him tremendous profits. He started looking for a strategy to hide these profits, something more sophisticated than simply failing to file his returns. And he landed on the idea of establishing offshore shell corporations and hiding his assets in those corporations.
The question was, how did we get onto him in the first place, and are we going to collect the $170 million? That is disgruntled business associates and former spouses are frequently ways that that government finds out that people are not complying with all their obligations, including tax obligations.
When he set up these two corporations, Anderson went to great lengths to hide the fact that he owned them. For example, he hired corporate service companies in the British Virgin Islands to form and to serve as directors for the corporation so that he could not be identified as the owner. Over the years, Anderson took the profits from his telecom companies and he invested them in a variety of business ventures. Those investments were quite successful and they earned Anderson over $450 million in income. Thanks to his shell corporation scheme, however, Anderson never paid a dime of the $170 million in federal income taxes that he owed on that income. Nor did he pay any of the $40 million in income taxes he owed to the District of Columbia as a resident of the city. Nor did he pay the over $250,000 in use taxes he owed the city when he purchased million-dollar paintings, high-priced vintage wines, and other luxury items outside the district. He simply hoarded his millions and hoped that we would not figure out his scheme.